There's a weight you've been carrying, isn't there? A sense of responsibility that feels like it's been strapped to your back since you were old enough to remember. You were the mature one, the old soul, the one who always knew what to do. While other kids were playing, you were managing emotions, mediating conflicts, or maybe even taking care of the basic needs of the very people who were supposed to be taking care of you. You became the parent. And now, as an adult, you are exhausted. You find yourself in relationships, at work, in friendships, always falling back into that role. You are the capable one, the responsible one, the one who holds it all together. But you're breaking under the weight of it, and you don't know how to set it down. You don't even know who you would be without this burden. If this feels familiar, you are in the right place. Understanding the parentified child is the first step to finally letting that adult self rest. It starts in the air, the feeling in the home. It's unstable, it's fragile, it's unpredictable. Maybe it was loud, full of anger and chaos. Or maybe it was quiet, a heavy, cold silence, an emotional absence that left you feeling untethered and afraid. You felt the static in the room before anyone ever said a word, and you knew in your bones that things were not okay. This is the origin of the pain, this deep, vibrating instability. It's the feeling of walking on eggshells as a permanent state of being, never knowing what mood or what crisis would meet you when you walked in the door. The ground beneath you was never solid, so you learned to float. You learned to disconnect from your own needs, your own childhood, and instead, you focused on the needs of the unstable presence in your life. The parent. Their moods became your weather. Their sadness became your responsibility to fix. Their anger became your fault to absorb. You became their emotional caretaker, their confidant, their tiny therapist. You believed, with all your heart, that if you could just be good enough, quiet enough, helpful enough, or perfect enough, you could make them happy. You could make them stable. You could make them parent you. This is how you internalize the responsibility. It's a devastating and magical piece of thinking that only a child can perform. You see the chaos, and instead of recognizing that the adults have failed, you conclude that you are not trying hard enough. The weight of their happiness, their sobriety, their emotional regulation, lands squarely on your small shoulders. You become the emotional caretaker because you are desperate for a safe and loving home, and you believe you are the one who has to build it. You start to derive your only sense of self-worth from your ability to manage their life. This burden becomes your identity. You are the helpful one. You are the responsible one. You are the one who packs their lunch for them, or reminds them to pay a bill, or listens to them cry about their own adult problems for hours. You are the one who mediates the fights between your parents, or the one who raises your younger siblings because your parents have checked out. Your childhood is no longer about discovery and play. It's about crisis management and emotional labor. The pain comes from this fundamental theft. This shift, this inversion of roles, is a quiet catastrophe. It doesn't happen all at once. It's a slow creep. It begins the first time you soothe your parents' tears instead of them soothing yours. It grows the first time you tell a lie to cover for them, or you clean up a mess they made. You are given a job you never applied for, one you are completely unqualified for, and yet one you must perform perfectly. You are the child, but you are parenting your parent. This is the definition of parentification, and you get good at it. You become an expert at reading the environment. You can tell your parents' mood by the sound of their footsteps on the stairs, or the way they put their keys in the dish. You become the stabilizer. You learn to diffuse the tension, to be the peacemaker, to make yourself small and quiet to avoid an explosion, or to become the jester to lighten the heavy air. Your entire nervous system becomes wired to scan for danger and manage the emotional temperature of the room. This isn't a childhood, it's a deployment. The praise you get for this is a trap. You're so mature for your age. I don't know what I'd do without you. You're my little rock. This praise feels like love. It feels like connection. And because you are starved for that love and connection, you lean into the role even harder. You mistake your utility for your worth. You believe that to be loved, you must be useful. You must be the stabilizer. You must be the adult in the room, always. This role inversion costs you dearly. It costs you your own development. You don't get to be messy or loud, or needy, or sad. You don't get to have problems of your own. Your needs are a luxury the family cannot afford. So you bury them. You bury them so deep you forget they even exist. Your focus is entirely external, on them. What do they need? How do they feel? How can I fix this? This becomes the only way you know how to interact with the world. And so the role becomes permanent. The inversion is complete. You are the parent, and they are the child. You have a deep, instinctual understanding of responsibility, while they are allowed to be chaotic and irresponsible. You are the one who carries the anxiety for the whole family. You are the one who remembers the birthdays, who worries about the bills, who feels the shame. And you are still just a child playing a role they can never, ever quit. There's a name for what this does to us, for this experience. We call it parentification. It's the word that finally gives language to that deep, unnamed ache. It wasn't just being helpful. It wasn't just being mature. It was a profound violation of emotional and psychological boundaries. It was a survival response. You had to become the parent to survive, and you developed a set of skills to go along with it, like that constant scanning of the environment, that feeling of always being on edge, unable to relax, waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's hypervigilance. It's not an anxiety disorder, not at its root. It's a finely tuned skill that you learned because it kept you safe. It was your radar. It warned you of incoming danger, of the shift in mood, of the impending crisis. Your body learned that relaxation was dangerous. The moment you let your guard down, the moment you stopped managing everything, that's when the bad thing would happen. So you learned to never, ever let your guard down. You became a little soldier, always on watch. This psychological mechanism is so deep. It's not a thought. It's a body-level reality. It's the tension in your shoulders, the shallow breath, the knot in your stomach. It's the feeling of being fundamentally unsafe in the world unless you are in control. And because you were given control of things you should never have been responsible for, like a parent's emotions or sobriety, you developed a distorted sense of your own power. You believed, and a part of you still believes, that if you just try hard enough, you can control everything. But this survival response is also a cage. It disconnects you from yourself. You are so busy scanning the horizon that you never have a moment to scan your own heart. You have no idea what you feel, what you need, what you want. Those questions are a foreign language. Your entire operating system is built around anticipating and meeting the needs of others. The idea of turning that focus inward feels selfish, or impossible, or just blank. So we have to name it, gently and without judgment. This was a response to an impossible situation. You did what you had to do. That hypervigilance, that parentification, that deep sense of responsibility, it was your lifeboat. It was the strategy that got you through an unsurvivable childhood. It's only now, in adulthood, that you're realizing this lifeboat is too small, and you're stuck in it, and you don't know how to get to shore. When your whole childhood is spent in a role, who are you when the play is over? This is the crisis of identity for the parentified child. You become the performer. You are the good student, the responsible employee, the perfect partner, the dependable friend. Your identity is built on what you do, not on who you are. You are a collection of functions, a human-sized solving mechanism. You solve problems. You manage crises. You soothe feelings. That is your purpose. The mask of the capable one becomes fused to your skin. You don't know how to take it off. The idea of not being capable, of being needy, of being a mess, is terrifying. It feels like annihilation, because if you are not the capable one, what are you? Will anyone still love you? Will anyone still need you? You have no evidence that you are lovable just for existing. All your evidence points to your worth being tied directly to your performance. This is the process of self-disappearance. The real you, the authentic self, had to go into hiding. That self was too loud, too needy, too playful, too angry, too much. That self was a threat to the stability of the home. So you packed it away. You presented a version of yourself that was acceptable, that was useful, that was safe. You became a perfectly curated, manageable version of a child, and then of an adult. The performer identity is exhausting. You are always on stage. You are always monitoring the audience for their reaction. Are they happy? Am I doing a good job? Do they approve? This leaves no energy for your own life, for your own joy, for your own desires. You are so busy managing everyone else's experience that you don't get to have one of your own. You are a ghost in your own life. And this is where the deep loneliness comes from. You can be in a room full of people who love you, but you feel completely alone because you know, deep down, that they don't see the real you. They see the performer. They see the mask. And you are terrified to show them what's underneath, convinced that if you did, they would leave. So you keep performing, longing for connection but simultaneously preventing it. Deep beneath the capable adult, the high-functioning performer, the person who has it all together, there is a child, a very small, very lonely child. This is your inner child, and they are still trapped back there, in the chaotic home, carrying the weight of the world. They are the silent wound. They are the one who never got to be a kid, the one whose needs were not only unmet, but unrecognized. This child is still present. They are the source of your deepest unmet needs. The need for safety, the need for unconditional love, the need to be seen and heard, the need to play, to be silly, to make mistakes and be loved anyway. These are the fundamental needs of childhood, and yours are still waiting. They are waiting for you, because the parent you were waiting for never came. You feel this wound in your adult life. It's the sudden, overwhelming wave of sadness that comes from nowhere. It's the disproportionate rage you feel at a minor inconvenience. It's the deep, aching loneliness that a partner can't seem to touch. It's the part of you that still feels like a fraud, like a little kid wearing an adult's suit, terrified that someone is going to find you out. This child's unmet needs are the engine for so many of your adult patterns. The people-pleasing, the perfectionism, the inability to say no. You are still trying to be the good child. You are still trying to earn the love you should have been given freely. You are still performing, hoping that this time, this achievement, this sacrifice, will finally make you feel whole. But no external validation can heal this internal wound. No amount of success, or praise, or love from others can reach that child, because that child is not waiting for a partner, or a boss, or a friend to save them. They are waiting for you. They are waiting for the adult you to finally turn around, walk back into that chaotic room, and say, "I see you. You can stop now. I'll take it from here." And so, these patterns, born in childhood, become the blueprint for our adult lives. They are the manifestations of that early parentification. In our relationships, we are drawn, like magnets, to people who need us. We find partners who are emotionally unavailable, or chaotic, or projects we can fix. We mistake the feeling of being needed for the feeling of being loved. We recreate the dynamic of our childhood, becoming the emotional caretaker for our partners. We overfunction. We do more than our share. We manage the household, the finances, the social calendar, and the emotional labor. We anticipate their needs. We solve their problems. We soothe their feelings. And we become deeply resentful. We feel exhausted, unseen, and unappreciated. We wonder why we are the only adult in the relationship. We have chosen a partner who allows us to stay in our familiar, painful role. Trust is a massive issue. How can you trust someone to meet your needs when your entire life experience has taught you that you are the only one you can rely on? Letting someone take care of you, even in small ways, feels terrifying. It feels vulnerable. It feels like weakness. We are so used to being the giver that receiving feels foreign and uncomfortable. We push away help, insisting, "I've got it," even when we are drowning. Our self-worth remains fragile, tethered to our performance. We are workaholics, perfectionists. We believe our value comes from our productivity, from our ability to achieve. We cannot rest. Rest feels lazy. Rest feels dangerous. If we stop, we will be confronted with the emptiness inside, the feelings we've been running from. We will be confronted with the fact that we don't know who we are if we are not doing something, and our emotional regulation is a mess. We are either numb, completely disconnected from our feelings, or we are overwhelmed by them. We have no practice in just feeling a feeling. We were taught to manage feelings, or suppress them, or fix them. So we intellectualize our emotions, or we numb them with work, or food, or other distractions. We are terrified of our own inner world. It is so important to understand that this was not a conscious choice. There is a deep, biological, emotional reasoning for why you became the parentified child. It's not a flaw in your character. It was, in fact, the most brilliant and adaptive strategy your young mind could have possibly devised. A child's primary, most fundamental need, even more than food or shelter, is attachment to a caregiver. Your survival, plain and simple, depends on it. So, as a child, you are wired with this powerful, instinctual need to maintain that connection at all costs. When your caregiver is narcissistic, unstable, or emotionally absent, that connection is constantly threatened. You live in a state of attachment panic. Your child brain senses this danger, and it will do anything to secure the bond. It's a biological imperative. If you sense that your parent is fragile, if you sense that they need you, your survival instinct kicks in. You learn very quickly that being a needy child, having your own feelings, or expressing your own will, pushes them further away. It threatens the bond. But being their little helper, their confidant, their rock, that pulls them closer. That secures the attachment. This is the tragic sacrifice of authenticity. You are forced to choose between being your authentic self and maintaining the attachment you need to survive. And a child will always choose attachment. You will sacrifice your authenticity every single time. You will put away your own needs, your own personality, your own feelings, and you will become whatever you need to be to keep that parent connected to you. You became their parent because, on an animal level, you knew that was the only way to keep them. It was the only way to get any semblance of love, attention, or safety. You sacrificed who you were in order to be it all. This wasn't a mistake. This was not a weakness. It was a profound, heartbreaking act of survival. And we have to honor that, even as we grieve it. The long-term consequences of this role are etched into our adult lives. We live with a deep, pervasive sense of internal unease. It's not just anxiety. It's a feeling that it's all up to us. We feel fundamentally alone, even when we are surrounded by people. We are the go-to person for everyone in our lives, but we have no one we can truly lean on. We haven't cultivated that, because we don't know how to be the one who leans. Our internal narrative is brutal. It's a constant stream of self-criticism. You're not doing enough. You're failing. You're lazy. You're selfish. We hold ourselves to impossible standards of perfection because our childhood taught us that our performance was the only thing keeping disaster at bay. We are our own worst taskmasters, replicating the pressure we felt as children. But this time, from the inside, our coping styles are all built around control. We manage, we organize, we plan, we perfect. We try to control our environment, our work, our relationships, and our bodies, all in a desperate attempt to finally feel safe. We are rigid, inflexible, and terrified of the unknown. We mistake control for safety. This is why we struggle so much with relaxation, spontaneity, and just being. This leads to chronic exhaustion and burnout. We are running on an operating system that was designed for a war zone. We are still in survival mode, even when we are sitting in a safe home. Our bodies are flooded with stress hormones. Our minds are always racing. We don't know how to power down. We don't know how to receive. We are so practiced in giving that we have atrophied the muscle of receiving. The most painful consequence is the emptiness. We can build a life that looks perfect on the outside. The great job, the nice house, the relationship. And inside, we feel hollow. We feel like we are just going through the motions. This is the consequence of sacrificing our authentic self. We abandoned ourselves to survive. And now, we have to find our way back. The beginning of the journey back is awareness. It's the moment you stop running, and you turn, and you look at what happened. It is the simple, profound, and earth-shattering act of witnessing your own story. It's the moment you read something, or hear something, like this, and a light bulb goes off. That's me. That's what happened. This is the first, most crucial step to healing. For so long, we have been gaslighting ourselves. We've been telling ourselves it wasn't that bad. I'm just being dramatic. Other people had it worse. My parents did their best. We minimize, we rationalize, we deny. We do this because the truth of our childhood is too painful to face. The truth that our parents, the people who were supposed to protect us, were the source of our pain. To break this self-gaslighting, we must become our own witness. We have to be willing to look at the truth without flinching and without immediately trying to fix it or get over it. We have to be willing to sit with the reality of our experience. Yes, it was that bad. Yes, it did hurt. Yes, you were a child. And yes, it wasn't fair. Witnessing means validating your own experience. It means giving your inner child the one thing they never got: affirmation. It's you, the adult, looking back at that small child who is working so hard and saying, "I see you. I see how hard you are trying. I see how scared you are. You are not alone. I am here now." This act of internal witnessing is profoundly powerful. This awareness is the crack in the armor. It's the first time you separate yourself from your role. You are not the responsible one. You are a person who had to become responsible. You are not the problem solver. You are a person who had to solve problems. This distinction is everything. It gives you the space to finally ask, if I am not my role, who am I? If this is resonating with you, if you feel like you've been seen today, I want to invite you to connect in the comments. It's so easy to feel like you were the only one. Let me ask you this. Do you recognize yourself as the child who had to become the adult too soon? If you do, just paste. I am learning to set the weight down in the comments. It's a way for us to see each other, to know we're not alone, and to help others who stumble across this video feel a little less isolated in their own journey. Your story matters, and your honesty helps us all heal. This leads us to the paradox of the high-functioning adult. To the outside world, you are a massive success. You are the competent one, the reliable one, the one who has it all together. Your friends, your colleagues, your family, they all rely on you. You are likely accomplished in your career. You are the one who gets things done. Your performance is flawless, but this high-functioning exterior is the wound. It's the armor you built. Inside that armor, you are still carrying the patterns of survival. You are still operating from a place of chronic responsibility. You feel like if you let one ball drop, the entire world will collapse. The weight of this is suffocating. You are a pillar, but you are crumbling from the inside. You are still practicing emotional suppression. You are a master at appearing calm, cool, and collected, even when you are screaming inside. You've learned to disconnect from your feelings because feelings are inconvenient. They get in the way of the performance. You don't have time to be sad. You don't have time to be angry. You don't have time to rest. Who would manage your life and everyone else's if you fell apart? This high-functioning wound is so insidious because the world rewards you for it. You get promotions. You get praise. People admire your strength. They have no idea that your strength is actually a trauma response. They don't see the terror, the exhaustion, and the profound loneliness that fuel your endless capability. You are praised for the very armor that is suffocating you, and you are so tired. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. It's a soul-level exhaustion. It's the weariness of having been on for decades. You have a longing, a desperate, secret longing for someone to take care of you, for someone to step in and say, "You can rest now. I've got this." But you don't trust that anyone can or will, so you just keep going. And then you start to recognize the legacy of this in the smallest, most unconscious habits. It's the way you hold your breath when you walk into a room, scanning the emotional temperature. It's the way you apologize for everything, for taking up space, for having a need, for existing. Sorry, one is a reflex, a preemptive strike to soothe the potential conflict before it even begins. It's the constant, subtle seeking of permission. You find yourself, as a grown adult, asking your partner for permission to rest, or asking your boss for permission to have an opinion. You are still looking for that external authority to tell you that you are allowed. You don't know how to give yourself permission. You don't feel you have the authority. This legacy lives in your body. It's the chronic tension in your jaw, your shoulders, your back. Your body is still braced for impact, still ready for the crisis. You are disconnected from its signals. You ignore hunger, you ignore fatigue, you ignore the need to go to the bathroom. Your body is just a vehicle for your performance, and you've learned to override its basic needs. This is the breath holding. It's a literal and metaphorical pattern. We hold our breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. We live in a state of suspended animation, unable to fully inhale, unable to fully exhale and relax. We are waiting for the danger to pass. But the danger is no longer external. The danger is the pattern living inside of us. Recognizing these patterns is not about shaming yourself. It is the opposite. It is about compassionate recognition. Every time you notice yourself apologizing for nothing, or holding your breath, or seeking permission, you are not failing. You are seeing. You are seeing the map of your survival. And only when you can see the map can you begin to choose a different path. This path, the new path, is the reparenting process. This is the active, conscious work of healing. It is the simple, radical act of deciding to become the parent to yourself that you always needed and deserved. You stop waiting for someone else to come and save you, to give you permission, to tell you it's okay. You take on that role for yourself. This process is tender. It's practical. It's giving your inner child and your adult self everything that was not given to you. It means, fundamentally, creating a sense of safety. You, the adult, now create the safe container. You tell that inner child, I will not abandon you. I will not let others harm you. I am here. You become your own protector. It means giving yourself unconditional permission. Permission to rest, even when the to-do list is a mile long. Permission to play, to be silly, to do something for pure joy, not for productivity. Permission to say no. This is a huge one. Saying no to others without guilt is saying yes to yourself. It's a powerful act of self-parenting. It means validating your own emotions. When you feel sad or angry or scared, you stop telling yourself you shouldn't feel that way. You stop intellectualizing it. You turn toward the feeling and you say, it's okay. You are allowed to be angry. I am listening. You self-soothe. You put your hand on your heart. You offer yourself the compassion you always gave to others. This is a slow, daily, moment-by-moment practice. It's checking in with yourself. What do I need right now? Am I hungry? Am I tired? It's noticing the inner critic, that harsh parental voice, and replacing it with a voice of kindness and encouragement. It is, quite literally, learning to parent yourself, and it is the most profound and healing work you will ever do. A vital part of this healing journey is shadow work. This is the process of turning toward the parts of yourself that you have suppressed, denied, and hidden. It's turning toward the pain. We, as parentified children, are masters of avoidance. We are so good at being fine. Shadow work asks us to stop being fine, and to be honest, it means we have to be willing to sit with the grief, the profound, bottomless grief for the childhood we lost. The grief for the child we never got to be. We have to allow ourselves to cry, the tears we were never allowed to cry. We have to mourn the loss. We cannot skip this step. The only way out is through. It also means facing the anger, the rage. This is often the most terrifying part. We are not allowed to be angry, especially if we were taught our anger was dangerous or bad. But you have a right to be angry. You have a right to be furious about the injustice of your childhood. This anger is not destructive. It is life force. It is the part of you that knows you deserved better. Sitting with this pain, with this grief and rage, is the shadow work. We don't do it to dwell in it forever. We do it to listen. What is this grief telling me? It's telling me I needed safety. What is this rage telling me? It's telling me I needed boundaries. The shadow holds the map to our deepest needs. When we turn toward our pain with honesty, we integrate it. We stop running. We stop numbing. We stop performing. We bring these hidden parts back into ourselves. We become more whole. This is not about getting rid of the bad parts. It's about realizing there are no bad parts. There are just parts that are wounded, and they need our love. In our adult relationships, these new practices start to show up in concrete ways. A relational example of healing is the first time you set a boundary and you hold it. Your partner wants you to do something you don't have the energy for. The old you would have said, yes, and then been resentful. The new you says, I know that's important to you, but I don't have the capacity for that right now. And then you sit with the terrifying guilt, because the guilt will come. It's the old programming, but you don't give in. You self-soothe through the guilt. You remind yourself, it is okay for me to have needs. I am not betraying them. I am taking care of myself. This is a revolutionary act. Another example is receiving. Your partner offers to make you dinner, or listen to you vent about your bad day. The old you would have said, oh, I'm fine. Or you would have felt guilty, like you're being a burden. The new you practices receiving. You say, thank you. I would love that. You allow yourself to be cared for, to be vulnerable, to be the one who leans. It's also about stopping the mind reading. As parentified children, we expect others to know what we need, just as we always knew what others needed. And then we get angry when they fail. Healing is learning to use your words. It's learning to say, I am feeling sad, and I need a hug, instead of silently hoping they'll notice. These small, consistent acts of showing up differently in our relationships are how we rewire our brains. We are giving ourselves new evidence. Evidence that we can have needs and still be loved. Evidence that we can set boundaries and the relationship won't end. Evidence that we are worthy of care. This whole journey brings us to some foundational questions. We have to stop asking, what do they need from me? And for the first time in our lives, we have to start asking, what did I need? What did that little child, the one who had to become an adult, what did they actually need? They needed safety. Not just physical safety, but emotional safety. The safety to be themselves. The safety to know that they would be loved no matter what. The safety to know that the adults were in charge and that they could just be a kid. They needed to be seen, not for their performance, not for their maturity, but for their true, authentic self. They needed a caregiver to look at them with all their messy, imperfect feelings and say, I see you. You make perfect sense to me. They needed to be soothed. When they were sad or scared or angry, they needed someone to comfort them, to hold them, to validate their feelings and help them move through them. Instead, they learned to manage their own feelings, or they learned that their feelings were a burden, and they needed permission. Permission to play, permission to fail, permission to be needy, permission to take up space. They needed to know that their existence was not conditional on their usefulness. These are the foundational, non-negotiable emotional needs of childhood, and our healing is about finally giving those things to ourselves. And as we do, a transformation begins. It's not loud, it's quiet. It's the emergence of new patterns. The chronic anxiety in your chest starts to soften. You notice you're not holding your breath quite as often. You are building, brick by brick, an internal sense of safety. You are realizing that you are the safe harbor. You are the one you've been waiting for. Boundaries, which once felt like acts of aggression or betrayal, start to feel like simple, logical acts of self-preservation. You start to see that a no to someone else is a yes to your own well-being. The guilt lessens. It's still there, but it no longer has the power to make you betray yourself. Authenticity starts to peek through. You share an opinion in a meeting, not because you know it's what people want to hear, but because it's what you truly think. You tell a friend, I don't like that, and the world doesn't end. You realize you are allowed to have preferences. You are allowed to be a distinct and separate person. Your identity begins to shift. You are no longer just the capable one. You start to see yourself as the creative one, or the one who loves to rest, or the one who is learning. You are moving from a performance-based identity to an existence-based identity. You are worthy simply because you are. This transformation is not about becoming a different person. It is about becoming the person you always were, underneath the role you were forced to play. It's a coming home. You are no longer a performer, just managing your life. You are an active, authentic participant in it. This path of healing, of reclaiming the self you had to put away, is a sacred one. It's like finding a part of your soul that you had to leave behind in a war zone and finally going back to get it. It's a journey of profound courage. It requires looking at the things we were taught to never look at. The poet Rumi has a beautiful line: "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Our parentification, this wound, is not a life sentence of brokenness. It's the very place where our light, our consciousness, can enter. Our wound gave us incredible gifts. It gave us empathy, insight, strength, and a profound understanding of human emotion. We are deeply capable. The healing is not in throwing those gifts away. The healing is in learning to use them for ourselves, first. To turn that powerful empathy inward. To use that strength to protect ourselves. To use that insight to understand our own needs. We stop being a resource for everyone else, and we become a resource for ourselves. We stop seeing our sensitivity as a weakness, and we start seeing it as our superpower. It was our sensitivity that allowed us to read the room and survive. Now, we use that sensitivity to read our own hearts. We become our own best friend, our own wisest guide. This consciousness, this awareness, is the prize. We are no longer sleepwalking, reacting to life from an old, unhealed wound. We are awake, we are present, and we are free to choose a different way. We are free to choose ourselves. It is so important to redefine what healing even means. In our culture, we are taught that healing is about fixing what is broken, but you are not broken. You are a human being who adapted perfectly to a broken situation. Your parentification was a brilliant adaptation, not a personal failing. Healing is not about becoming some new, shiny, perfect person. It's not about erasing your past or your pain. Healing is about reclaiming. It is about reclaiming your identity. It's an excavation. It's digging through the rubble of the role you had to play to find the true, authentic self that has been waiting patiently underneath. Healing is integration. It's about bringing all the parts of you home. It's about taking that hyper-capable, responsible adult self and having them hold hands with that soft, vulnerable, playful inner child. It's about letting them coexist. You are both. You are strong and you are soft. You are responsible and you are free. Healing is messy. It's not a straight line. You will have days where you fall back into old patterns. You will say yes when you mean no. You will find yourself performing again. And in those moments, you are not failing. You are practicing. You are human. The goal is not perfection. The goal is compassion. So we redefine healing as a gentle, loving, compassionate return to ourselves. It is not a battle to be won. It is a child to be held. It is the long, slow, beautiful, and worthy journey of coming home. In the end, this journey is about becoming whole. It's about ending the internal separation. The performer and the hidden child finally merge. The hyper-vigilant adult and the grieving child find peace. You stop living a life that is at war with itself. You integrate. The goal is to have your adult self become the loving, strong, and protective parent to your inner child. The adult self learns to say, "I've got us. I will handle the bills. I will set the boundaries. I will keep us safe." And in turn, this allows the inner child to finally emerge, to bring joy and play and creativity and wonder back into your life. You stop being just a manager of your life, and you start being the curious, joyful inhabitant of it. You become whole. You reconnect with the parts of you that you had to sacrifice for attachment. You realize you can now give yourself both. You can be your authentic self, and you can be safe, because you are the one keeping you safe. This is the ultimate integration. It's looking at that little child who carried the world on their shoulders, and finally saying, "You can put it down now. You can rest. You can play. I've got you. We are safe." And you finally, deeply, believe it. This journey is not a simple one, and it's one you don't have to walk by yourself. If these words felt like they were speaking to a place deep inside you, if you felt seen and understood, I want to invite you to subscribe and stay connected. This isn't just about videos. It's about building a space of care and trust, a place where you can be guided in your healing without any pressure, just understanding. By subscribing, you're just reminding yourself that you deserve support. Healing from parentification is not about becoming someone else. It's about finally fully, becoming yourself, your strength, your empathy, your deep capability. These are your superpowers. They were forged in a fire you should never have had to endure. But the work now is to learn that you are more than your strength. You are more than what you can do for others. You are allowed to be soft. You are allowed to be messy. You are allowed to be cared for. And you are, above all, allowed to rest. This is the integration. This is the empowerment. It's the sacred work of coming home to yourself finally and telling that little child inside, "You can let go. I've got us now."